All right, guys, we're back for episode 7 of What Not to Do. I'm Eric Lloyd with Oregon Risk Management Solutions. We're going to be watching some safety fails. We're going to be watching some workplace mishaps. We're going to be talking about what went wrong, what we can learn from it, maybe have some laughs along the way. Producer Dakota's here with me. He does a good job of finding us some funny videos. With that, let's jump into our first one and see what he's got for us this week. It's called Lower Your Forks. Oh, no. Yeah, lower your forks always. Man, that smarted. She's laying there holding her head, moving around. So I'm thinking she walked away from this one, but ouch. Yeah. Okay, so lowering your forks is something that we always talk about with our forklift operators during any kind of forklift certification that we do for a class. That's a really important lesson. And I'll say that usually what we see is not forks way up here. It's forks, here. Maybe we even tilt them so the tip is touching the ground, but we've got this gap of, 4 or 6 inches at the back that's a heck of a trip hazard. Somebody can, snag their foot under it and trip. Actually, I have a client that broke her ankle doing that just a few years ago. That's a thing, right? And then maybe even worse than that is if you're standing there with your toes just under that gap and not realizing it, while somebody else is sitting on the forklift not realizing it, they could bump that lever, they could lower the forks and smash your toe, break your foot. Now, obviously, this gets even more dangerous as the forks get higher up in the air, because what is that? That's stored kinetic energy, right? We always kind of half jokingly say that hydraulics hate us and they want to kill us if we ever give them the opportunity to. And when we've got hydraulics holding those forks up in the air, we can have stuff like this happen where somebody hits their head against it, or it maybe goes through something, God forbid. But those forks can drop suddenly too. Again, if our hydraulic hose or a coupling fails, somebody just bumps that lever. I know firsthand of multiple fatalities that have occurred from hydraulics, like forks like this, dropping down on people. So the caption of this video is just right. Lower your forks always. Okay, with that, let's go to our next video and see what he's got in store for us here. Guy gets stuck on car wash brush. What on earth is he doing by the car wash brush? His hose is wrapped in it or something? Oh, man. Oh, I hope it stops soon. Did he win? Did he wear it out? He wore it out. He won. Okay, he won in the epic battle against the car wash brush. That is pretty wild as well. I would like to think that was against company policy for him to be standing there next to those brushes. I would say that what we've probably got here is an energy control failure. We didn't lock out and tag out that equipment. He needed to go in there to maybe maintain something, maybe pick something up, maybe clean something up. Maybe he just wandered through not thinking about it. But anytime we've got unguarded moving parts like that, where there's an entanglement risk, in a perfect world, we need to have some kind of lockout tagout program where we can go to its power source, we can hit that breaker or mash that switch, whatever it is, put a lock through it, put something on it to keep my buddy over there from turning it back on when I'm going to be up close to it there. In those rare cases where we can't necessarily lock that equipment out, ideally we just have some kind of administrative controls of like, hey, the policy is you just don't go anywhere near that. Or maybe we've got some engineering controls. We've got a shield or a guard or a barrier, something to create some standoff distance so that we can't get wrapped up in that. In this case, that was just kind of funny because he was spinning around and then he won and he stood up and walked away from it. But man, we've seen a lot of people that don't win in that scenario and the equipment wins, and there's nothing funny about that. So definitely respect the moving equipment that we could get wrapped up in. Energy control programs are our friend. Lock that stuff out, tag it out, so there's no risk of entanglement. All right, this one's called Warehouse Fail. Video number 3. They're using like a pallet jack. Whoa, oh my gosh. Little catapult effect there. What did he think he was going to do? He got up and walked away too, so that's a good thing at least. He almost pulled it off too. I think he thought he was going to nail it and get a 10. So, we talk about, again, forklift training and our forklift certification classes that we do for folks. If our view is obstructed, we can't just keep going and hope everything's going to be okay. Maybe we need to drive our forklift backwards, or maybe we need to get a spotter to help us watch and see what's up ahead of us. And I think that same thing applied here too. We had a pallet of something stacked so high on his pallet jack that he couldn't see where it was going. He didn't know where that edge was at. And it snuck up on them. So definitely, if we can't see what we're doing, moving heavy cargo like that, whether it's on a forklift or it's on a pallet jack, Let's take the time to go scout it, make sure we know where we're heading with it. Let's move our cargo backwards if we can, so we still maintain that maximum visibility and look where we're going, look over our shoulder, or grab that spotter, grab that buddy. Hopefully it's a good enough buddy that'll tell you the truth about where the edge is and not set you up for funny YouTube videos. So there's that. Okay, we've got one more video for episode 7 here. Let's see what we've got. What is he doing? Oh, he's using his ladder as stilts. Oh, I hate when people do that. This is a creative way to go about it anyway. He's sitting on the top rung. How on earth did he get up there in the first place? That was impressive. You know, what we usually see is what we call like walking the ladder, right? You're standing on it like normal and you just kind of pivot back and forth on it. I've seen some people do some really silly stuff, like orchard ladders especially, walking it because they don't want to get down and reset it. This was impressive. I don't know how he would have gotten in there in the first place. I don't think I ever would have gotten out of that again. And how's he planning on getting down? This is remarkable. So what could he have done instead? You know, probably invest a little more time in some ups and downs to be able to just stand on that ladder like normal and move it like normal when we need to move it. Or this kind of screams like a job that could really use some scaffolding too. If we take the time to set up some scaffolding, we can walk on that. Maybe we come back to the stuff we talked about in the last episode of when can we move somebody on a piece of equipment. We get a man basket and a forklift so we can elevate a person and move them along slowly, short distances as we need to with that nail gun or staple gun there. Maybe we use a scissor lift, something like that. Definite points for creativity, but the caption there somewhere, an OSHA manual just exploded. That's pretty right. I don't know how he got in that position, and I don't know how he's getting down. Very creative one, producer Dakota. Good job. Hey, we talked about forklift safety, and I also wanted to mention something I'm really excited about, which is that we've been working in collaboration with SAIF Corporation to develop a new forklift safety training video. You guys have seen our style. You know, we like to laugh, and so we got some jokes in there. It's kind of fun to watch, but also meets all of those OSHA requirements to get you started on the instructional portion of forklift certification. That's going to be going live within just the next couple days. So definitely be watching our social media channels and our various online presences here to be able to see that new forklift video coming out from SAIF Corporation that we got to help with. You'll even see producer Dakota in it. He is a heck of a forklift driver. That's all we've got for episode 7 today. Please do make sure and check out our website, OregonRMS.com, for information on the fire extinguishers, the trauma kits, the first aid training, safety consultation, all the other services that we offer. If you're enjoying what we're doing, please take the time to like us, follow us. Please, if nothing else, share the video that you see here so your friends can see it as well. We can get some more followers, and we'd love any feedback from you guys as to ideas for videos. Send them our way if you see something good you want us to talk about what not to do on. And that's going to be it for episode 7. We'll see you next time.